Welcome back to Artemis Plays. Tonight I'm playing Arkham Horror 3rd Edition. Sorry for the glare in the setup. As always, this is a bit experimental. Tonight I'll be playing the Ishtaka's Children scenario, and the story so far goes thusly. Ithaqua the Windwalker lurks in the frozen north. He is the cold wind that creeps into the soul and the hungry ice that entombs the unwary. Forsaken and alone, Ithaqua spreads his influence in the cruel hope that he might beget a terrible progeny, a new scion that could overcome even the elder gods. I am starting at Velma's Diners. I have chosen to play, I have selected at random Kate Winthrop and Mark Harrigan, so a nice combo of brains and bronze. Brains and bronze, yes. As for their starting item, for Kate, I have the research note. Once per round, when you would reroll a die, you may add one to the result of that die instead. And I have chosen the Flux Stabilizer. Once per round, when a Doom or non-epic monster will be placed on your neighborhood, you may discard it instead. I think this one is pretty good. And her ability is, after you perform a research action, you may focus a number of skill of your choice equal to your test result. She has a focus limit of 3. Mark Harrigan's ability is Dogged. At the start of your turn, if you are delayed, you may focus one skill of your choice or recover one sanity. In Steadfast, you may perform the attack action any number of times per round. Usually, you are limited to one each action once per turn. Maximum one action per turn. No, wait. Maximum, you can only perform each action once per turn, and you have 2 actions. Sorry for that confusion. He has the one-man army talent. After you end your movement in a monster space, or after a monster moves into or spawns in your space, you may become delayed to perform an attack action as an additional action. And being delayed means you lose one action the next turn, so you can shuffle your actions around, and you have a bonus if you're delayed. And I have Sophie's Portrait. Once per round, when resolving a test, you may suffer 1 damage to reroll 1 die or all dice. And when you use your Dogged ability, this item recovers 1 sanity. So this will keep me alive. I forgot to read the 2 cards from the Codex. So we have Terror, the one that works with the Terror tokens and the Terror cards. Terror reads, while the people you hope to protect cannot fathom the true depth of the danger that surrounds them, they feel it, just as the heart sensed the stalking wolf. The maddening evil that infects this place has grown too strong to ignore, and what passes for normal life has become impossible. And the rule is, when a neighborhood has 6 or more doom, remove all doom from one space in that neighborhood and place 1 doom on the scenario sheet. Then spread terror in that neighborhood. Spreading terror being to add 1 monster and to add 1 card on top of the deck. Before you resolve an encounter in a neighborhood with 1 or more attached encounter cards, encounter 1 of those cards. In action, you gather support and organize resistance to the threat. Test influence. For each success you roll, you may discard 1 terror token or terror card from your neighborhood. I'm just not sure if when there's a terror card, do you resolve the terror card then the encounter, or does it make you skip the encounter card? Yes, after resolving the terror encounter, you may resolve an encounter for your location as normal. Okay, so that's not too bad. And then we have number 91, the Hunter's Keen, which is the one related to the scenario. It reads, the shutter clatter loudly as another blast of frigid wind rattles the diner's windows. Velma toots softly and shakes her tired head as she warms her coffee with a fresh pot. This weather, I swear. Don't they know it's supposed to be spring? Your commiseration is interrupted when a howl cuts through the night. Though you do not know the animal, your primal sense recognizes the significance. The beast is hunting. Spawn card 104, the Wendigo Epic Monster at the unstable space. After you spread Starring Doom, flip this card. So I have spread Starring Doom. It is either Hibbs Roadhouse or the police station as per this card. I'm not sure in case of a card with 2 Doom. I'm not sure what it is, so I'll look in the rule book. What's the index again? 44. I'm not used to this rule book. All right, here it is. Unstable. Unstable. Looking for unstable space. If there is each one of those is an unstable space. So I guess I can choose. Doesn't really matter. And I need card 104. It's this one, so I'll spawn it right here. That's nice. It spawns close to me. Cruel hunger. You peek through the louved shutters, searching for the source of the menacing call. There, floating ominously in the Arctic wind, is a humanoid figure, stretched to bestial proportion, its face red with the blood of a recent meal. It sniffs the air for a moment before an icy gale bears it onward towards its next unsuspecting quarry. The predator must be stopped before you can further investigate the unnatural weather. Add card 92 to the codex. Alright, I'll grab that. 92, there it is. And also, this reads, when there are 4 or more doom on the scenario sheet, add card 103 to the codex and return this card to the archive. And card 92 reads, friend or foe. As you prepare to give chase, you spot a figure in a heavy, dark coat, turning away from the twisted beast and down a dark, windswept alley. A brief flare of soft light occludes your vision, and the dark figure is vanished entirely. You cannot say whether the stranger is in league with the creature or a potential ally, but you are sure they know something. When the Wendigo epic monster is defeated, flip this card. Okay, in action, you may take any number of clues from the scenario sheet and place them in your play area. Deal 2 damage to the Wendigo epic monster for each clue you take this way. Okay, so this is a way for investigator to deal damage. I should also mention there is the high priest that spawns here, and he reads, he's a lurker, which means he's gonna place 1 doom in this space every mythos phase, or every enemy phase, monster phase. So I need to deal with that. Thankfully, I can take the boat to go here and be there in no time. Just gotta check the rules for that as well. It's been a while since I played. As part of a move action. Yes, it is not a move action in itself. So I could do 1, 2, and then take the move, and then 3, and pay for my 3rd move. Alright, how does this guy works? He's a lurker, he's gonna spread terror in the neighborhood each turn. He has Elite 2, so he has 8 HP. Feed. After this monster deals damage to an investigator or ally, it recovers that much health, and retaliate if you fail to damage it attacks. It attacks for 1 health and 2 sanity. Okay, so I need to deal with that. That's 8 HP. That's a big boy. I think I'll need to deal with the high priest first. Yeah, I think I do. All right, well, the game starts. Where do I want to send Kate? I feel like, yeah, the fact it spawns here is annoying, because then I would have wanted to maybe go here. To try and gather some clues. Where else can I go for clues? Downtown and north side are far away. This loops all the way over there. You can't see, but there is a road connecting this over there. My camera does not reach, but trust me, it's there. But this is far as well. It sucks that there's no clue in Rivertown. I wish there was. I could focus. I need to get down here though. Well. Alright, I guess I'll move here and I'll ward Hedgerow House. I have 3 lore, so I rolled 3 dice. And I got 3 success, so I can remove 2 doom because I removed at least one doom, two doom, I gain a remnant. So that was my turn for Kate. Her turn is done. As for Mark, he's gonna go 1, 2, pay $1 to go here, and that's it. I'm not gonna pay to move again. So that was the action phase. Both are done. Monster phase. Each ready enemy monsters activates, usually by moving, but those two guys are lurkers. So the High Priest will place a doom on its location, and the Wendigo will spread terror to this neighborhood. So that's one terror card and one terror token, one terror card on East Town. Each engaged monsters deal damage. Each exhausted monster is ready. There are none. And then encounter phase, starting with Kate. So I'm gonna have to resolve the monster card first. There is one monster terror token. As you warm yourself near the fire, a voice whispering at the edge of your hearing instructs you to extinguish the flame. Will check. I have 2 will. 3 and 4, so that's a failure. If you fail, you stamp out the fire, place 1 doom in your space. Well, once per round, when the doom would be placed, I may discard it instead, so I'll elect to do that. Otherwise, nothing would have happened. Okay, and then I'll have an encounter at Hibbs Roadhouse. You ask the gathered patron if any of them have noticed the strange force that have infected Arkham, but they all laugh and shake their head. You've had too much to drink, they tell you. Clearly, you'll find no allies here tonight. You may spend $1 for you or an ally to recover 3 sanity. Well, everybody's healthy, so I elect not to do so. So that was Kate's encounter. Now for Mark's, he's in the travel route in the ferry terminal. Most of the time, you can sneak aboard a ferry and travel for free. You may move 1 space or move to another ferry terminal. This time, however, the crew is inspecting every ticket. You may spend $1 to buy a ticket or test influence to talk your way past the crew. If you pass or spend the money, you relax on the deck. You or an ally may recover 2 sanity. Well, I don't need the sanity, but I could move 1 space or to another ferry terminal. Moving 1 space doesn't matter because I'm going to move 2 anyway next turn. So that's a wash. Alright, now for the Mythos phase. Let's draw from my Mythos cup. So first for Kate, that's a clue. So I'll generate a clue at Kingsport. That's here. Shuffle this into the top 3. And then second token is a headline. Foul footprints found. MU zoologist stumped. Authorities not concerned. Probably a hoax, says sheriff. By Rex Murphy, staff writer, Arkham, Massachusetts. Headline, test will and resolve the effect based on your test result. 0, spawn 1 monster in the unstable space. 1 to 2, gain 1 remnant, spawn 1 monster in the unstable space. Or 3 plus, you gain 1 remnant. Alright, I'll test. I got 2 success, so I do gain 1 remnant. But I spawn a monster at the unstable space, which is where I am still. It's a lupine thrall. It's a big enemy. Let's put it. That's annoying. I wish I still had my flux stabilizer. I should probably not have used it, but oh well. So it spawns here. That's great. So those were Kate's token. Now for Mark, another clue. This time in north side, just here. The second token is a monster. It's in an accursed somnambulist Cursed Somnambulist. Monster Dreaming Human. Spawn at unstable space. Everybody's piling at the unstable space. And Lurker, place 1 doom in this space. Has 2 HP. And it's hard to do stuff. After you defeat this monster as part of an attack action, test will. If you fail, you become cursed. Wow, sounds like something for Mark to take care of, but I can't, I'm gonna pile everyone here and Mark's gonna have to work double duty to come back. Speaking of Mark, he's gonna move here and then for his second action attack the High Priest. He attacks 4. The priest has -1, so I'll roll 3 dice. I've got 2 successes, so the High Priest is defeated, and after you defeat this monster as part of an attack action, you gain 1 spell. So I gain 1 spell. I have Wither. As part of an attack action, you may test lore -1. Add your test result, the test result of the attack action. Well, Mark has 1 lore, so he's not gonna do that soon, but if I can trade it to Kate, she'll probably make a good use out of it. Speaking of Kate, she is kind of stuck there. She's annoying. I can't go past. Maybe, am I misplaying this game? Do enemy automatically engage? I've played lots of other game, like the card game. Yes, if you move into a space with a monster, that monster immediately engages you and your movement ends. So this space is a minefield. I guess I'll 1, 2, and then 3 to go here. Or maybe before I do, no, I'll go here. Pay one money to go here, and then I'll focus a skill. I'll focus will, and that's the end of my turn. Enemy phase. Each ready monster activates, so the Wendigo is gonna spread terror again in East Town. The Somnambulist is gonna put 1 doom, and the Thrall is gonna move 2 towards and engage lowest will, so it's gonna engage with Kate. That's annoying. Okay, so that was the monster phase. Now for the encounter phase, Kate does not. It attacks as well, of course. That's too easy if it doesn't. So Kate takes damage. Okay, that was the monster phase. Now for the encounter phase for Mark, he's at Innsmouth Shore. At Gilman House. Othera Gilman starts to tell you a story about Innsmouth, but she's distracted by a souvenir you have acquired during your travels. You may spend 1 remnant to coax Othera to finish telling her stories. I do not have a remnant, so I will not. And now for the Mythos phase. This game is going fast. So for Kate, it's a terror in her neighborhood, of course, because that's fun. In where am I? This is Rivertown. And then a blank token. For Mark, a doom. I'll spread doom at East Town, of course, again at Hibbs Roadhouse. The party is going on over there. And a headline for Mark. Gone but not forgotten. Waking dreams, vivid nightmares reported throughout Arkham. Citizen report visions of departed loved one. Spirits trying to warn us, or chemicals in our drinking water, by Amelia Baxter, United Press. Headline, tests will and resolve the effect based on the test result. So Mark has 4 will. have 1 success. So I suffer 2 horror and become driven. So I'll put 1 on Sophie's portrait and 1 on myself. And I become driven. What does driven do? Driven is a condition. Your focus limit is increased by 1. At the end of your turn, if you are not fatigued, you may flip this card to perform 1 additional action. So that's a bonus action. What happens if you are fatigued? You cannot become driven, and when resolving a test, as an additional cost to reroll 1 or more dice, remove 1 dice from that test, and after you perform a focus action, discard this card. Okay, well that's a free action, but then I have to take a focus to get rid of it. That's fine. That was the Mythos phase. Back to the action phase. So sounds like Mark needs to come back ASAP. If I take this road here, I can spawn here. So that's 1 move to get there, $1 to get here. And I can move to the Historical Society here. And then well, I can also take a resource as my first action, and then I'll move. So first move, spend 1 resource. Second move, and that's it. And now for Kate, I need to evade the thrall. And as part of the evade action, I can spend 1 remnant to add 1 to the result of 1 dice. So I'll use my observation of 4 minus 2 because the thrall gives me minus 2. And I need a 4 or a 5 to evade. I've got a 5. So this monster is evaded. After I evade, I may perform 1 additional action. Where do I want to go? Probably in north side. So I'll move 1, 2, and then spend $1 to go 3 at the train station. And for my last action, I'll focus my lore so that I can ward more efficiently. All right, end of the turn. Monster phase. This one is evaded. Here they start having more fun with the place. So there's now 3 terror here and 3 doom here. When there are 6 doom, it's bad. So we're gonna have to deal with that place soon enough. Mark is here for the cleanup duty. Now this monster will unexhaust. We're ready. Encounter phase for Kate. She's in north side, so let's draw from north side at the train station. A porter unloading your cargo on the icy platform claims something tried to push the train off the tracks and shows you massive claw mark on the side of the boxcar. Will test. Thankfully, I have 3 now. I pass. If you pass, gain 1 clue from your neighborhood. So that's 1 clue for Kate. And 1 common item. What item do I have? I have a magnifying glass, +1 as part of a research action. Or the dynamite, as part of an attack, you can deal 5 damage to each monster you are engaged with. Well, that doesn't sound like something she would be interested in. I think I can also try my luck at the deck, if I remember correctly the game. Gain item, that's 1, yes. Either take an item of your choice with a specific trait from the display, or you reveal card from the top of the deck until you reveal an item with the specified trait. I think I'll try my luck at the deck because the +1 doesn't really appeal to me. First card is a common item. It's a fine clothes. 1 per round, you may pay half price when buying an item. Okay, well, I have fine clothes now. So that was my encounter. Now for Mark. Mark is in Southside at the Historical Society. A wet-eyed boy whines from behind his mother's skirt. Test influence. So that's a failure. Let's see. She laughs. No. If you fail, the boy begins to cry and will become fatigued. If you're, I guess I become fatigued. What happens if I'm already driven? I guess it discards my driven. All right. Well, I could have become blessed, I guess. So that's that. I'm not blessed. Well, sucks to be me. Blessed is good because you succeed on 4, 5, and 6s instead of only 5 and 6s. Now for the Mythos phase for Kate. It's one doom in downtown at the Arkham Asylum. Where is downtown? That's over here. And then second token. It's the Incursion, I think it's called. It's the bad stuff. So I'm gonna put in north side. I'll put one doom in every space, and then I'll shuffle all the cards and put them at the back so they come up quickly. Now for Mark, that's one blank, and that's one monster. I guess I can cancel one doom because of Kate. I'll cancel one here. And then one monster, an icebound captive, spawn at street nearest leader, and it has lurker. Each investigator suffers 1 damage wherever they are. That's very annoying. It has 2 HP, and you gain 1 ally when you defeat it. So that's neat. I'll try and have Kate do something about that. Now time for me to play. So Mark is gonna move 3, paying $1, and then he's gonna attack the thrall. And I'll become delayed, so I can have 2 actions. First action, that's 2 damage, and then the second action is 3 damage. So I'll bleed the thrall, gain 1 remnant, and that was my turn. I am now delayed. Kate will. I want to get rid of this, but then I'll have to attack at 2v2. But I can discard my. Focus to get +1s. But I need 2 successes, which is unlikely to happen. I can wait for Mark to get rid of it, but I kind of want Mark to go over there. So I'll try it. Alright, so I'll move 1. And then attack the Icebound Captive. So I'm at 2v2. I need 2 successes. That sucks. I can discard both my focus to have to reroll the dices, reroll the 2 dice. Otherwise, it's gonna attack me. I'm gonna take 2 damage. I'll be close to death. Yeah, okay, I'll do it. I'll reroll. I'll discard both to reroll both dice. And that's 1 damage. Okay. So next turn, I can defeat it. Alright, enemy phase. These guys over there just keep having some fun. So this goes here, card comes here. And then This monster attacks. So Kate is 1 damage away from dying already. I'll consider the game over if one of the two dies, because it's really not fun to play once you only have one character standing. So that's the monster phase. Now for the encounter phase, Kate is engaged, Mark is not engaged. So downtown, Rivertown, I'll have 1 terror. A deluge of sleet and ice cascades all around you, rattling to the ground and forcing you to withdraw to safety. Not everyone you are with makes it to the shelter unscathed. Suffer 1 damage and 1 horror. You must assign this damage and horror to an ally if possible. Well, I don't have an ally, so I'll assign it to myself. And then I draw at the graveyard. As you listen to the rain fall amongst the crypt, you don't sense your attacker until his arm is already around your neck. Strength. Well, I have 4 strength, so that's good. That's a success. I have A5. You fight the man off, scratching the beads from his neck before he retreats into the tree. You gain 1 remnant. Alright, another remnant for Mark. That's the end of the encounter phase. Now for the Mythos phase. For Kate, 1 doom. North side at the train station. That's over here. And then the doom stuff. What's the name of that? I don't remember the name of this. It's the bad stuff. Anyway, it reads, place 1 doom in any space in Innsmouth and 1 doom in any space in Kingsport. So I'll just plug those down here. I think that's the Reckoning token, not sure. And now for Mark to draw. I was at the end of the bag, so I'll reshuffle. Mark draws Monster. Altered Servant, spawn at Unstable Space, which is the train station. Is Kate considered to be in this neighborhood when she's there? I need a rule check. Give me 1 second. I thought I thought I saw in the FAQ something about alright, I'll look in the rule then. Perhaps it was clarified. Sorry for this riveting gameplay. There is no clarification in the expansion rules. I'll check the normal rules. Give me a second. I don't think Mm, no, I don't think it works. So it spawns. It spawns at the unstable space. All right, and for the next token for Mark, I have a blank token. All right. So let's start with Kate. So she kills her enemy. I need to test 2. I need 1 success. Alright, I'm dead. I'm not dead, but it's bad. Alright, so Mark rises up. I can heal the portrait. I can focus the skill of my choosing. I'll focus influence. Or recover 1 sanity. Yeah, I'll take the sanity. I'll take the sanity. And I'll move and become delayed again to engage and attack this monster. He's dead. Oh, and I forgot, Kate had a bonus at another action, so I guess she'll grab some lore. So this monster is dead. And you gain 1 remnant and 1 ally when you defeat this monster. So Mark is gonna gain an ally, which is Logan Hayes. You get +2 when casting a spell. Alright, so I'm done with the action phase. Now for the enemy phase. This one moves toward unstable space. He's already in the unstable space. The guy over there are gonna do stuff. So more terror. That's annoying. And then I place the 6th Doom in this neighborhood. So this card triggers here. So remove all Doom from 1 space. I'll remove all from this 1 space here. Put 1 in the scenario sheet. And then I'm going to spread terror again. So 1 more terror. That's I'm going to really take a beating if I go back there. That's annoying. This is getting out of hand real quickly. Now for the encounter phase, everybody's at the streets. So for Kate, what kind of street? That's a bridge. Nathan, the delivery boy from Schaffner General Store, walked past you with a hand truck, and something falls off the stack of boxes. If you may return the goods, I'll return the goods. He thanks you profusely. You gain $1 and recover 1 health and 1 sanity. Well, that's good. Otherwise, I could have a common item. And from Mark, Abner Weems sits on the side of the bridge, staring at the water below. In a rare moment of lucidity, the man offers his flask and invites you to join him. You or an ally recovers 1 health and 1 sanity, while you sit with the old man and reminisce about past friends and lost loves. So, a heal. All right. End of the encounter phase. Time for the Mythos phase for Kate first. Doom, East Town, at Hibbs Roadhouse, and then a clue in Kingsport, Central Kingsport. I really need to deal with the Wendigo at some point. More Doom, North Side, Arkham Advertiser, and Curiosity Shop. So that's here and here. So there's 6. I can remove 3, put 1 here, and spread terror. And then the Reckoning, or whatever it's called, more Doom. Yeah, this game could be over very quickly. I'm not entirely sure how long this will last. Okay. So while I'm here, I'll start with Kate, who's gonna trade with Mark. So she's gonna take the spell and the ally and all the remnants, so she can cast some spell. Next, she is gonna move here at the advertiser. Then Mark is gonna ready up with one less action, get one influence, move in here, and I say that, but this one I don't care. Yeah, Mark is just gonna move over there because I really need to get going on that. Yeah, okay, that's my turn. Enemy phase, these guys are gonna keep piling up stuff over there. It's a nightmare. There's now 7 terror. One more card. And this is gonna move towards unstable space. So let's say it moves here. Alright. Encounter phase. Firstly, I need to resolve the terror. The dark night around you is a silence save for the quiet hiss of the snowfall, and you cannot see another soul. It is almost peaceful. It is almost peaceful until you hear the morning cry of some inhuman creature from the darkness. Place 1 doom on your space. That's fine. I was here to ward anyway. And then north side at the advertiser. The paper is offering cash reward for anyone who can explain the unreasonable cold snap. You hear many stories to corroborate your own, but no one has any solid evidence. Gain 1 clue from your neighborhood. That's good. You may spend 1 remnant to claim the reward yourself and gain $3. I will do so because I am poor. This goes here. And now for Mark in Rivertown at the graveyard. A canine figure lurks by an open grave, gnawing on a severed limb. You lose a mighty roar, willpower, so 4. That's a success. If you pass, the ghoul flee and leaves behind the remain of the meal. You gain 1 remnant. That's fine, not exactly what I wanted, but it's not bad either. Mythos phase for Kate. 1 clue. Again in Kingsport. Well, sounds like the place to be. Lots of clues over there. And lots of doom, so might be worth it to go there. And then terror. It's in the unstable space neighborhood, which is the train station. So that's exactly where I'm at. Well, sounds like more fun. North side. And then for Mark, headline: Cattle's cowed by coyote. Cattle's in Dunwich, Arkham, Miskatonic country mutilated. Police blames coyote. Local farmers insist human being responsible. Folks are just losing control at night. Praise the beast. By Amelia Baxter. U Press, Dunwich, Mass. Headline: Test will and resolve based on your test result. Well, that's good because I have 4. I have 1. I become tainted, and you may focus up to 2 skills of your choice, even if it exceeds your focus limit. All right. I'll focus will and strength, I guess, so that I have good skills. But I am tainted. What does tainted do again? After you draw a blank or spawn clue mythos token, place 1 doom on your space, and at the reckoning, I'll flip this card. Okay. I have the, not the reckoning, but the, I don't remember the name, but the explosion. It happens in Rivertown. So I'll place 3 doom in Rivertown. 1 in each space. And shuffle the deck. put it behind. All right. Now for me to play. All right. So Kate. What is Kate gonna do? She's gonna research for sure. She's gonna research. So I have 4. So I'll research with 4. That's bad. That's very bad. All right, now is my research. I guess I'll ward. I have 4. All right, that's good. I have. I can discard this to reroll, but instead of rerolling, I'll use my skill to go +1 and remove all 3 doom and gain a remnant. So that was my turn. Now for Mark. I'll move in here and then become delayed, so I have 2 fight action this turn. So everybody's going to engage me. I'll place them here. I start by attacking the somnambulist because he's annoying. So I roll 5 damage. I deal 2 damage, so that's good. He's defeated. After you defeat this monster as part of an attack, test will. If you fail, become cursed. So test 5. I succeed. I am not cursed. So he's defeated. And then my second action is going to be to attack the Wendigo. He has -1, so I attack at 4. And I deal 1 damage. Well, I am going to suffer 1 damage to reroll all my dice. I feel like I can do better. Well, I couldn't. So I deal 1 damage to the Wendigo. So it's going to attack me and recover its HP. Well, that's annoying. All right. A monster phase. There is only this guy is going to move towards Velma's diner. And the Wendigo attacks me. So it heals. And I take 2 horror. All right, that's it. For the encounter phase, Mark does not get an encounter phase, but Kate does in north side, starting with this. The facade of the building in front of you is encased in ice. Heavy but fragile, the ice will need to be cleared before you try to enter. Lore. So I have 3. That's a failure. If you fail, you knock the ice down upon itself, suffer 1 damage from the sharp, heavy chunk. All right, I'm again 1 damage away from death. That's not fun. And then I'm at the advertiser again. The new hire wants to start running an advice column, but her editor insists she finds real story first. You may spend 1 remnant to help her research an article to keep her boss happy. I will do so, for I have remnants. If you do, she pays you for your time and offers some free advice. Gain $3 and focus 1 skill of your choice. I will focus my observation because I need to do some observation checks soon. And I'll take the $3. All right, now for the mythos phase. Kate will draw blank and doom. In north side at the advertiser and the curiosity shop. I'll cancel 1 of them using my ability, and then Mark spawns a monster, a ravenous predator at the unstable space. And of course, I shouldn't have canceled the doom because then I spawn the enemy. Yes. And then a headline, and that's the end of the bag. For Mark, we have police, do your jobs. Opinion, Arkham more dangerous now than ever. Top cops should reform force or step aside. For each clue in your neighborhood, suffer 1 damage or 1 horror. Well, there is no clue in my neighborhood, so there's at least that. Now for the action phase, I'll start with Kate with an research action. So I'll test 5 to try and place my clues. I have 1 success. I'll spend this to reroll, but instead of rerolling, I'll gain a +1 on the dice. So that's 2 successes. And then for my second action, I'll take those clues to deal 4 damage to the Wendigo. Mark rises up. So I heal 1 from here and 1 from here. And then I attack. I need all 4 to connect, so that's not going to happen. I deal 2 damage. I mean, I guess I can discard this to reroll 1 dice. Or I can take a damage to reroll 1 dice. No, okay, it's not worth it. It's not worth it. Alright, so 2 damage to the Wendigo. That's the end of Mark's turn. Now for the monster phase, this monster will move towards the Arkham Advertiser or the Curiosity Shop. Let's say it goes here. This is going to move directly to Kate and engage it. So everybody has monsters on them. And then the monster attack. Louis Hayes is going to die, otherwise the game is over. Sorry for that, Mr. Hayes. And this one attacks as well, and it heals. There is no encounter phase, of course, because everybody's engaged. And then we draw. For Kate, what will I draw? I draw this again. All right, Central Kingsport. Well, it's gonna blue. I'll place this here. It explodes. So 1 goes here. And I spread terror in Kingsport. And I shuffle these 2 cards. It's not a big shuffle. Put those at the back. And then I draw nothing. Now for Mark, I draw a clue. It means that also, because I'm tainted, it puts 1 doom on my space. And I spawn a clue at Rivertown. Where are the clues? Rivertown. That's here. Then for my next token, a monster spawns in the unstable space, which is Velma's Diner. Alright, I have weathered the storm. Now, Marky Mark is going to attack twice, because that's all he's good for. So let's roll 4 dice. Those don't count. That's 1 damage. I feel like he can do better. So I'll take a hit to reroll. The dice fell off the table. I said I could do better. I'm not doing better. If I fail, I'll get attacked. So I'll spend this to reroll 1 dice. No. I'll spend this to reroll 1 dice again. No. I'll spend this to reroll 1 dice again. Okay, I did 1 damage. And for my second action, I'll attack again, but this time I only have 4 strength, so I only roll 3 dice. I've got a6. So I do 1 more damage. I'm 1 damage short. That's annoying. And Kate does not have the action to. I can. Yeah. Okay. Kate's gonna evade at 3. 3 at 3. So I evade this monster. Now I have I can do an action, so I'll try and put my clues on the scenario. So I roll 4. I got 3. I forgot I could focus when I do that. Wow. I'll focus this and this, and I'll focus lore, observation, and will. And for my last action, I'll grab 1 clue to deal 2 damage and kill the Wendigo. I should have done that first. Anyway, the Wendigo is dead. What happens when the Wendigo dies? Flip this card. Leaning over the massive bestial body, you hear a low hum behind you, where a shimmering doorway parts the air. From this mystic pathway emerged a bookish man in a fine suit and overcoat, who nods approvingly at your victory. It was a man once, the stranger tells you, and a friend. The poor creature was twisted by an ancient evil, Ithaqua, the Windwalker. In response to your unvoiced question, he continues, it has come to your city, with its long history of corruption and madness, in search of weak spirits, souls to taint with its influence. I am relieved to find capable hunter, and I have already risen to the challenge, and to see that I need not stand alone before this threat. Will you aid me? Choose an investigator to gain Inuksuk. Let me find that. Inuksuk, ally, keeper of path, encounter, move, and engage investigator from any space to any space in another neighborhood. Wow, that's a cool ability. Who needs some soap right now? Well, I guess Kate needs some soap, so I'll give it to her. What are encounter abilities again? You skip your encounter and instead you do that. Sorry for having my face in the rule book a lot. Encounter abilities. It'll replace your normal encounter, yeah. Okay. Take cards 93 to 95. Select 2 of them at random. 93, 94, 95. And add them to the codex. Return the other card. Alright. So, what do I have? 93. Bent to his will. Inuksuk tells you that many of the creatures swarming to the region have been twisted by the influence of Ithaqua, the Windwalker. Defeating those beasts will weaken the Ancient One's sway. Pursuing another opportunity as well may present you with more options, but defeating Ithaqua's thrall will make their masters vulnerable. After you defeat a thrall monster in a location with no marker, you may spend 1 clue from the scenario sheet to place 1 green marker face-up in your space. Streets are not location. When there are 3 face-up green marker on the board, return card 94, 95 to the archive and flip this card. So that's one way to progress. And then I have countered magic. The magic that Ithaqua and its followers are using to enthrall the people of the Miskatonic River Valley can be countered with the right charms, and your new friend, Inuksuk, knows the proper rights to do so. It may serve you well to pursue both of the leads that Inuksuk provided you, but you know that performing the counter spell will make it possible to ward the region against future incursion. Action, test lore -1. If you succeed, spend 1 clue from the scenario sheet to place 1 white marker face up on your space. Performing this action only in a neighborhood that does not contain a white marker. If one neighborhood in each of Innsmouth, Kingsport, and Arkham has a face-up white marker, return 93, 94 to the archive and flip this card. Alright, so I have 2 different ways to spend clues, but I'll need to grab more clues. That's for sure. So that was me action phase. Now for the monster phase. This one moves towards there. This one moves towards highest lore, which is over there. So it goes here. This one readies up, engages Kate, so she won't have an encounter phase. And for Mark, he's gonna take a beating at the East Town. 4+. You find two bodies entombed in ice, fear etched across their face and hand clasped in solidarity. Place one doom in your space unless you become delayed to chisel the couple free of their icy prison. Well, I'll become delayed because I like becoming delayed. And I can remove enemies. I remove 2 terror from the location. Terror goes down a bit. Okay. And then I'll have an actual encounter at the police station. Sheriff Engel is puzzling over a wad full of photo evidence and allows you to take a good look. Observation. I fail. You waste the sheriff's time with an unsuspected theory. Otherwise, I would have gained good standing. I just want to check what that does for fun. I'm guessing it's something to gain money, because it's always something to gain money. Yeah, once per round when buying an item, you may test influence, reduce the value of that item by your test result to a minimum of 1. So I'm not sad I missed out. Now for the metals phase. For Kate, I draw a Doom in Kingsport at the Hall School. It's here. And a headline. Unscheduled parade shuts down Main Street. Revelers wearing fanciful costume. Silver Twilight Lodge blamed. Sinister music unrelated, sources said. By A.P. Jessup, staff writer, Arkham, Mass. You suffer 1 horror for each monster in your neighborhood. There is 1 monster in my neighborhood, so I'll suffer 1 horror. Alright. Now for Marky Mark, with the good vibes. Of course, more terror. But this time it's in here. In Kingsport. And the next token is a blank, so I put 1 doom on my space. Yeah, the joy of Arkham. Alright. Alright, what will I do? I need to get rid of this enemy. I can't attack it. I'll attack it. I'll spend 1 remnant to use my wither, so I can add 2 to my. I can test lore -1, so I can test 3 + 1 -1. I can test 3 to add that result to my test result. So basically, I roll 5 dice. No, 4 dice. 1 for the strength, and then 3 for the lore. If I was blessed, I would have killed it, but I failed. So that was my attack action. Then I'll try and evade at 4v1, but at 4. My evasion is successful. I have an action left. I need to get over there, so I'll do 1, 2, spend $1, and then spend $1. So I'll spend 2 to end my turn at the Congregational Hospital. So that was Kate's turn. Mark is gonna ready up, rise up, heal. Can I ward? No, I have lore 1. I can kill enemies though. That's my jam. That's a big enemy. It has 4 HP. Oh, that's a lot. That's a lot. I wish I had a weapon. I could. Yeah, I'll try influence. I'll try an influence test to get rid of the stuff. I failed. Alright, end of my turn. Enemy phase. This one moves toward the hall school. So it goes 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, that's close by. This one moves toward Kate. How does it get there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 9. So it goes here. Alright, encounter. Everybody's gonna have an encounter. Starting with Kate in Kingsport. Frozen City. The blowing snow and icy ghouls makes it quite hazardous to travel anywhere until the wind dies down. Suffer 1 damage unless you become delayed. I'll take the damage on Ithaqua. And then I'll have an encounter at the Congregational Hospital. A young man without a coat staggers, shivering in the waiting room. You may spend $1 to provide him the means to buy warm clothes. Well, I'm flush with cash right now. And usually it's a good idea to do whatever the card asks. If you do, he shows you a drawing of the creature he saw outside and tells you where it was headed. Gain 1 clue from your neighborhood and 1 remnant. Alright. So I gain 1 clue and 1 remnant, as per the card says. And then Mark is gonna, again, take a beating. 5+. Forging ahead through the raging storm, you lose track of some of your comrades. You circle back to find everyone you've lost, but you are unable to find everyone. Discard 1 ally if you cannot place 1 doom in your space. So I'll place 1 doom, and also I remove 2 terror. But then it activates the thingy-bob. So that's 1 doom goes here, all the doom goes away. I put more terror here. There are 4 more doom on the scenario sheet. I add card 103. And remove this card. Card 91. Card 103 says, Endless Winter. The winter storm intensifies, threatening to bury the entire region in ice and snow. Ithaqua powers continue to grow as its influence spread like a cancer. If this thing continues to spread uncontested, the Windwalker would be able to pour enough of its essence into the thrall that plagues you to birth a new ancient one. Soon your only option to stop the threat will be to summon the Windwalker into your world where you hope you can defeat it directly. Add 1 incursion, 1 monster token. Basically bad stuff, those 2, which, that's not good. When there are 10 or more doom, discard R marker from play and any number of clues. There are a total of 5 clues or marker, add card 102, otherwise play this card. Basically it's bad. And then Mark gets to his actual encounter at the police station. The desk sergeant rolls his eyes as you start to describe the thing you've seen. You do your best to convince him that this isn't just some prank. Influence test. Fail. It chases you off the door, threatening to book you for wasting his time. Otherwise, I could have removed 1 doom from any space, which is an okay-ish, I guess, ability. All right. Mythos fake up for Kate. So 1 monster. Spawn at street nearest leader. Well, it's kind of hard to say. I guess the street nearest is this one, because this goes here. It's not clear. Is this an expansion card? That is an expansion card. What does street nearest mean in that case? Well, it doesn't really say. Hmm. It's not really clear, so let's put it there, I guess. And then the next token is a doom. In north side at the advertiser and the curiosity shop. So here and here. No, this one should have flipped back. And then for Mark, clue, so that drops a doom at his location because he's tainted. I'll put a clue at Innsmouth Shore. This game's gonna end very soon. I'm not giving myself good odds here. I'm pretty sure I'm gonna die. Oh, and then the big thing that explodes in Rivertown. So then I go 1, 2, 3. There's 3 here. I'll put 1 more here. All right. What can I do to stop this from exploding in my face? All right. I need to kill thralls, but all the thralls are like not in neighborhood. Everybody's going over there, so I need to go over there. I don't have any cash. It's annoying. It's annoying. That's annoying. Mark is hanging out to dry here. I guess I'll grab $1. Huh. And move this way. That's pretty much all I can do. Kate is gonna have to carry my sorry ass. Alright, Kate, do your thing. Start by warding. Oh, I can actually, yeah, I can do this. Yeah, I'll do this. I'll do this. So test book -1, so that's 3. I did succeed, so I'll remove 1 clue to place a white marker. So that's that. And I'll go 1, 2, 3, 4. Spending 2 buckaroo to get there. I'll try and speedrun this card if I can. That's the end of my turn. Enemy phase. This one is going to deal 1 damage to everyone. I need to get rid of that before it kills me. This one goes towards unstable space, which is Velma's Diner. It's going to go here. This one goes toward highest book, which is Kate. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, it's gonna go up there. This one is gonna just teleport to Kate and kill Ithaqua. Well, that's annoying. That's annoying. That's annoying. Mark is gonna have a merry little encounter at the graveyard. You find the content of someone's handbag thrown about the graveyard, gain $3. That's very nice. I like that. Walking a little further to the cold foggy night, you find the muggled corpse of a woman, badly mauled. Test will. That's a success. You examine the corpse more clearly, and you see that a bite mark aren't from an animal. You gain 1 clue from your neighborhood. So I get a clue. All right. Mythos phase for Kate. It happens here in the at the unstable district, unstable card location. Stable space. Yeah, it happens in the neighborhood of the unstable space. And now a headline. Deputy detects dastardly deeds. Missing person, other odd occurrence, plague Arkham neighborhood. Deputy Digby in pursuit of person of interest. Resident, that's all we need. If there are one or more clues in your neighborhood, you become wanted. So I become wanted. What does that do? Discard any reputation talent. I do not have any reputation talent. You may not gain reputation talent. And at the reckoning, test influence. If you fail, flip this card. If your test result was 2 or greater, discard this card. All right. Speaking of reckoning, the reckoning is at hand. All right. So I place one doom here, one doom here. I flip this card. The evil that has taken root within you has only grown with time. At first, it was easy to blame the calamity that dogs you step on simple misfortune. Now you know with increased certainty that something deep inside you is actively sabotaging your own effort. Test will. I have 1, so I become cursed. That's great. Just more stuff I needed. And then this tests influence, so I test 2. So I have 1, so I keep this card. Alright, that was it for the reckoning. Now for the second token, a doom at Rivertown in the graveyard. 2 doom spawns at the graveyard. So there are 6 doom at the graveyard. So they all go away. 1 goes here. And I spread more terror at the graveyard. And the Rivertown. Alright, my turn to play. I need to go and kill enemies. So I'll do just that. I'll move in here, become delayed, and engage and try and shoot everyone. So I'll start with the Icebound Captive. I attack 4. But I'm cursed now, so only 6s will do it. I have succeeded in getting a 6. So that's 1 damage. I'll attack again. I'm no longer cursed, which means I do succeed. And so this Icebound Captive dies, and after I defeat this monster, I get an ally. Who do I get? I get Olive McBride. Which reads, once per turn while resolving a test, you may reroll any number of dice. If you do, place 1 doom on your space after that test. Well, I'm just happy for the soak, basically, at this point. So those were my 2 actions. And now Kate has an enemy here. So I'll try and attack it again with my Wither. So I roll 4 dice, basically. Hey, that's 3 success. It goes away. That's good. I get 1 remnant. That's very good. That was an annoying enemy to deal with. And then I guess I'll ward my space because I don't want it to blow up. That's 3. That's good. That's good. We're making a bit of progress. Let's not celebrate too soon, but we're doing stuff. All right, enemy phase. This one attacks me for 1 and 1. This one moves towards here, and that's it for enemies. Encounter, only Kate gets an encounter at the Innsmouth shore, at Gilman's house. Othera Gilman labors to clear a pile of snow from the front entrance. As you help her, she wonders aloud what made the weather so deadly. You may spend 1 remnant to explain the history of the Wendigo. I will, because I have so many. If you do, she is fascinated and tells you the story of Innsmouth in return. Gain 1 clue from your neighborhood. Alright, get that clue. Get that clue. That's good, that's good. Mythos phase. The bag is empty, so I'll put everything back in. Starting with Kate. I draw a reckoning. So I'll put one doom here, so this explodes again. Now it's 7 doom on the scenario sheet. Not good. And then I need to test influence to success. I am no longer wanted. So that was the reckoning. Next token, blank for Mark. Explosion at Innsmouth Shore. Well, I guess I'll cancel one with my flux stabilizer. Of course, when I do that, then I spawn a monster, because that always happens. No, I get a clue at Rivertown. All right. All right, let's start with Kate for an observation check for research. That's 4 success, so I can put all my clues over there. And then I can test, I can do the action over here, test book -1, so I can test lore 3. I succeed, I'll spend 1 clue and put a white marker here. Trying to play the scenario here. How do enemy movement works again across travel route? Adjacent, all right. And then Mark is gonna rise up, heal this, get a boost to influence, and then attack this altered servant. That's annoying. I'll discard that to reroll. No. I can discard clues to reroll, I think. Mark's never gonna use the clue anyway. So yeah, 490. For each, yeah, I'll spend the clue. Spend the clue to reroll the dice. Yes, that's good. That this enemy is dead. I get 1 remnant. That's the end of my turn because I was delayed. I only had 1 action. Enemy phase. This one moves 1, 2. There are no more enemy on the board. Encounter phase. Kate gets an Innsmouth Shore encounter at Gilsman's house. You catch some sleep. As soon as you arrive at the hotel, you wake up thoroughly refreshed. You or an ally may recover 2 sanity. All right, 1 free. I would have preferred damage heal at that point, but it's okay. None of the food at the hotel seems appetizing to you, but you might be able to get a local restaurant to deliver. Influence. Success. You or an ally may recover 2 sanity. Well, everybody's full on sanity. It's damage that I'm more worried about. And Mark gets a street encounter at the bridge. You can't find the source of the persistent psst at first until you think to look under the bridge where a disheveled-looking Joey the Rat vigil is shulking. I need to raise some fun and quick, he says. You may buy one common item from the display for half price. Round it up. One common item for half price. The glass, or the dynamite. So I buy dynamite for 3 to deal 5 damage. Well, that sounds like a good plan. That just sounds like a smart plan. And then I draw Liquid Courage, which is a 2 sanity soak card. Alright. Those were my encounters for the turn. Now the Mythos phase. Kate draws Doom in Rivertown, the graveyard, to Doom. Then she draws Monster. Spawn at Unstable Space, which is the graveyard. Sounds like Mark has his work cut out for him. Spawn a Clue at the Innsmouth Shore. And lastly, blank. All right, well, this is almost going okay. Kate is gonna move first, getting back to the main land. Or do I ward? I'll ward first. I'll ward first. I have 4. Well, I got 2. So that's good enough. Get 1 remnant. And for my second action, I go 1, 2, pay to go here, and 3, which costs me 2 buckaroos. Alright, so that was Kate's turn. Mark's turn is going to go 1, 2, and then attack this monster. It's 3 damage. He's defeated. And after you defeat this monster, test will, and if you fail, you get cursed. I succeed. I do not get cursed. So I killed that monster. Alright, that was my turn. Enemy phase. This one's trying to keep up. But I'm so fast. Too fast, too furious. Alright, encounter phase for Kate. Starting with a Terror. 3/4. The frozen world around you shines and sparkles in the low sun like a fractured mirror. Snowblind, you stagger and fall, sliding down a slope of jagged ice that tears at your skin and clothing. You suffer 2 damage and struggle to find your feet. Well, I die, and that's a wrap. I'm dead. This sucks. This sucks. I love this game, but it's so hard. Why is it so hard? I'm dead. Oh well. Alright. That was that. That's a wrap. See you next time.